Hello, hello. Welcome to another stream. Sam, Angry Hippie, hello. How are you both doing? And welcome anyone else who might be in here. Cadaverous. Thank you, Sam. Jennifer, hello. Welcome in. So tonight we are going to wrap up this loose end of finishing this game. I love it, but for whatever reason, so I started streaming it back. I played through it before, but I started streaming it back in like February or March of last year. And then I played it maybe every other week or a couple times a month or something, which I guess is about every other week. But I may be slightly late. Alright, that should be better then. Thank you. Yeah, so the last time I streamed this was in June, and I'm at basically the very end. I think I can finish it tonight in this stream. And it'll be the end of the 4th case, which is like the actual last case. There's a 5th case, but it's a DLC. I'm not going to worry about it right now because it's extremely difficult. It's very long. And I don't want to just get wrapped up in a fucking long-ass case that's kind of like a it's not a spin-off. It doesn't go exactly with the main story. But maybe I'll come back and do it another time. I just wanted to get this game finished because I like it. And because that way it's wrapped up, you know. Dreadsley, holy shit. Hello. Thanks for the host. How are you? Dreadsley was here for the older Ace Attorney streams. I'm finally... Oh, and Thea! Hey, Thea. How are you? So we're gonna wrap this shit up. Normally I have a guest on when I do these streams. And we read the stuff together. Tonight, I'm just gonna do it by myself. Get the game finished. And then when I start up the next game, whenever I do that, I'll go back to having guests that want to come on and basically read with me. But I feel like I just want to finish it out on my own and just get it done. I'm not saying I'm going to start up Ace Attorney 2 next week or anything. I might if I'm feeling it. But that way this one's done. You know, it's up on YouTube if people want to go back and watch it all. It's just that loose end is wrapped up. Because we beat Diablo 2 last week. We beat Doom 2 last week. I want to get this done as well. Because I have lots of games I want to do. Resident Evil Village, Project Warlock, Banjo Kazooie, the second Ace Attorney, along with plenty of other stuff. So I just kind of want to have this wrapped up. Alright, let's catch up here. Glad you're not doing too bad, Dreadsley. I'm doing pretty good. Thea, doing well. That's good. Nice shirt. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Heard that Vanda's good or something. Ooh. Alright, so let's go ahead and get in with this. Here's the thing. For anybody who has not been following this, which is most of you, because I think most of the people in here, chatting anyways, didn't find my Twitch until after I stopped streaming this game. So we're going to be coming into the 4th day of a trial, alright? So I'll try my best to... Basically... We're in a case, we are a defense attorney, okay, named Phoenix Wright. This case is huge. Our friend and a prosecutor, Cleft, named Miles Edgeworth, in this trial is actually the one being accused of murder. Okay, so we're like rivals, but we're also friends from back in like when we were kids. And we have to defend Edgeworth. Because he's been accused of murder, and it's been, for the most part, it was, you know, not looking good. But, we're getting down to the trial. I don't remember exactly what we did when we left off, but he's been accused of killing somebody. So let's just get back into it. As you can see, yeah, 6-3. It's been June 3rd. Okay. Oh, hell yeah, Banjo. So let's load it up and see if we can finish this shit out. I love these games, and I'm happy to be sharing them with you all if you've never seen them. It's a bit of a weird place to hop in the very end, but that's alright. Okay, so basically what I do is I'm just going to read these lines in character and just try and do my best. So, this is it. Judgment Day. Today, things are going to get settled at last. A lot of things. Whoa! What's the big idea? Sorry, Nick. I only touched your shoulder. I guess the shock hasn't worn off from my running with the stun gun yesterday. Oh yeah, that's right. She got, like, tased. Dreadsley gonna lurk. Alright. Good to see ya. Glad you're doing well, and have a good night. Thanks for the lurk. I love these games. Okay, I'm just gonna tell the story. So, I got into these games kind of interestingly when I was in 8th grade, going into freshman year. For some reason, a friend of a friend, so one of my friends from when we were younger, had a friend who we went to this guy's house, and he just gave me this game on the DS. He just gave it to me. I don't even know the guy. And I didn't play it at first, but then I broke my ankle. And it was actually the first week of freshman year band camp, so I missed band camp. I was at a church camp when it happened, and I came home from that, and the only thing I could really do was lay on the couch. So I started playing Ace Attorney, this game exactly, and I fell in love with it. I fucking love it. So it's goofy, it's cheesy. Yeah, exactly. Alright, so let's get back into it. There's a trilogy, there's multiple games after that, and I'm just going to try and play what I can, so. Anyhow, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick! Yeah, thanks, Maya. Here's Edgeworth, the guy who's been accused of murder. Edgeworth is looking glum as always. I hope Von Karma doesn't push him too hard. Von Karma, Manfred Von Karma, is the prosecutor in this case. Stentor! Yeah, missing band camp. Yeah, it was kind of... It's a shame. It was my first band camp also. I would have maybe just went and tried and played, like sat in a chair, but I had just freshly broken my ankle, so I just wanted to lay down and sleep. Whoa! What are you doing? Sorry, I'm sorry. I just thought I'd cheer you up with a pat on the back. Maya, maybe you should go outside and discharge. Right, good idea. Try not to electrocute anyone on your way out. Hoo-yah, pal! Yep, here he is. Dick Gumshoe. What's gone into that girl? Detective Gumshoe! Morning, Mr. Edgeworth. Or Mr. Edgeworth? It's a question. Good morning. How did it go, Detective? Have no fear. As promised, I've captured our runaway caretaker. I just brought him in. Took all night, pal. Okay, so to fill you in a little bit, because we're on day 4 of a trial. The person who we've kind of like think is the murderer, like, you know, to get us off the hook because it wasn't Edgeworth, is this guy named he was the caretaker, or he took care of like the lake, I guess. He sold boats and he rented boats out. He was just kind of like the, you know, I think they called him the caretaker or something, but Holy Oreo, hello. I love this game. We're at the very end of this first one. Yes, there is an anime, and I think it's good. But yeah, I really love it, so. Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired. Actually, after that shock I got on the way in, I feel pretty good. I'm glad you like Gumshoe's voice. Usually when I would do these, I would do like Phoenix, the judge, and Gumshoe, and then occasional others, and then my guest would usually do, like, the counterparts of them. So, assuming I do the next game, anyone who wants to be a part of these as a guest, you know, let me know. Yogi says he's forgotten his own name. But that has to be a lie. Why would he want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember his past? He does remember, and I'm gonna prove it! Alright. It's time for the trial. Final day. Court is now in session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready. All right. Very well. We have reached the final day of our proceedings in this trial. I ask that the prosecution submit decisive pardon me, I'm old. Decisive evidence. Understood. Come on, don't be awed into silence by every little thing he says. Very well. Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Right. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the boat rental shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trial, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker has yet to confirm this. I would like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary. Very well. Please bring the witness into the courtroom. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives in the boat rental shop on the lake, from where he witnessed the incident. In addition, he has currently lost memory of his name and identity. Witness, why did you run away yesterday? Objection! The witness was not running away, as he will now testify. I see. Very well. Please begin your testimony. Here we go. This fucking guy. Why I left court. I'm really sorry about just leaving yesterday like I did. But I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some food for Polly, see? I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I need one of those motive things, right? And I don't got one. So my testimony yesterday stands as is. Hey, what's up, Dank? Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we? He has to know his name. Yanni Yogi. Yanni, I don't know. Yanni Yogi. And I'm gonna prove it. Alright, so now the cross-examination. So what I like to do is a little thing called save. Right before I get into one of these, so if I fuck it up, I can just reload. Alright. Alright, so we're just gonna press everything he says first. Yes, definitely, yeah, Patrick Stewart, Deckard Cain, yeah. I'd call what you did running away and not just leaving. You heard Larry's testimony and realized you were in danger. No, Mr. Wright, there's no need to rush to conclusions. As I said, the witness was not running away. Listen to the testimony. He sure seems relaxed. In fact, they both do. Von Karma and Yanni Yogi. Then why did you leave? He's just about to say why. Is it so hard for you to just quietly listen when someone is talking? I mean, he kind of has a point there, right? Actually, even if he is, you know, our enemy right now. If I sat quietly, Edgeworth would be guilty in 3 minutes. Food? Well, Polly's a bit of a gourmand, you see. She only eats these high-quality bird pellets from France. They only have them in the big pet shop downtown. But you weren't arrested until this morning. Why didn't you go back to the caretaker's shack? Well, I kind of got lost, you see. The witness has trouble remembering things sometimes. When the police apprehended him, he was on his way back to the shack. Yeah, right. Nice try, Von Karma. No one's gonna believe that.
Oh, I see. So he was lost.
Please, Your Honor, come to your senses. You've lost much of your memory, is that correct?
Yep, seems like it.
Then how could you know that you didn't have anything to do with this incident? Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory, You know exactly who you are.
The witness has testified quite clearly that he has no memory of who he is. If you claim he's lying, then show the court proof.
How am I supposed to prove what's going on in that old... Codger? I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it sounds offensive. That's impossible.
I'm glad you've come to your senses, Mr. Wright. Very well, witness. Please continue.
Oh, yeah, okay. How can you say you had no motive? I say you do. You had a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim, Robert Hammond. Badger, Codger, yeah. That's why you took revenge on them, right?
Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. The witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. He can't hold a grudge, it's impossible.
I have to prove that he's lying about his memory. Otherwise, it's going to be this same thing over and over until the trial ends.
Might I say something, Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
You've been saying the same thing now over and over. You've been calling the witness's memory of the past of lack thereof into question, or lack thereof. But does this really have anything to do with the current case?
Of course, Your Honor. The witness has said he has nothing to do with this case and no motive. Both of these statements are lies.
Order! Order! Mr. Wright, there's a serious problem with your claim. Oh, are you saying you know who this witness is?
Of course, Your Honor.
Psh. Ho, now this is interesting. I would like to know myself, so who is he?
Don't play dumb, Von Karma.
Mr. Wright, please tell us this witness's name.
It's Yanni Yogi. His name is Yanni Yogi, a former court bailiff.
Yogi? That name seems familiar. Oh, Yanni Yogi, from the Dl6 incident.
It figures the judge would have heard of it. It was such a famous case.
But what does this mean?
Your Honor, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has a clear motive.
Tisk. Jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This witness is Yanni Yogi. Fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this to the court? This is a court of law, as you may recall. You need proof. And allow me to repeat once more that the witness has lost his memory.
This is it. I have to do this now. If I can't prove he's Yogi right here, right now, then I've got nowhere else to go. Nick, how are you going to prove it? How can you prove that he's Yanni Yogi? It's okay. It's actually quite simple. Your Honor, please take this man's fingerprints. Then we'll compare them to the fingerprints on file for Yanni Yogi 15 years ago.
I see. That makes sense. Tisk.
Huh?
I'm so very sorry, Mr. Wright.
Why?
The witness has no fingerprints.
What?
What, no fingerprints?
You see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. I burned my fingers working with the stuff, yep.
Oh, yeah? What? Yogi, you sneak! You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past!
Well, if the witness has no fingerprints, I guess we will not be able to prove his identity.
No! Hey, what's up, Mercy? Welcome into the stream. Hope you're doing well. You like the voices? Oh, I'm glad. Thank you. Normally I have a guest who does it with me, so I'm doing it all tonight, so I'm jumping between them a lot. Thank you. I'm glad you're liking them. All right. Things are good. Things are good. Hope you're well as well.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Well, what will you do, Mr. Wright? It seems that the case has been decided, no?
No! I know what happened. I know everything. Yeah, so if I remember, we basically know it. We just have to find a way to prove it. As he's literally saying right now. I just can't prove it. But no. I can't let it end like this. I can't lose. There has to be another way.
There is no one who can testify as to who this witness is. No one!
Nick, what are we gonna do? I didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints. What do I do?
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Well, Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to cross-examine his parrot for a little comic relief,
Yeah, very funny. You're a sore winner, Von Karma. Wait a second. Cross-examine his parrot. But what is it, Nick? No, you're not going to.
Your Honor!
The defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal.
Take Mr. Von Karma up? On my proposal? Exactly, Your Honor.
I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot. I bet you guys didn't know you were coming in on this. This is one of the goofiest parts of the entire series, but it's pretty awesome.
Oh, well, what do you think, Mr. Von Karma? Did you even ask? This is a farce. I object.
Objection! Wait a second. You were the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Von Karma. I have a right to do as you suggested.
Well, if you're so desperate, then please be my guest. Of course, should you go through with this, and nothing comes of it, then I hope you're ready for the consequences.
Nick, this is crazy.
Phew. Well, still want to go through with your little game?
What do you guys, chat, what do you guys think? Should we cross-examine the parrot or not? Because if we don't find anything from this parrot, we're fucked. We're already kind of fucked, but what do you guys think? Sounds like you guys all want me to... Alright, we're doing it. Let the parrot take the stand. I will cross-examine her, Your Honor.
This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Von Karma's rigged every person's testimony, every piece of evidence, except the parrot. She's my last chance. At least, I think so.
Bailiff, bring in the parrot.
I fucking love this game.
That's quite a bird. Please, tell us your name. Name! The witness is ignoring me.
It must hurt to be ignored by a bird.
Very well. Witness, who is your owner? Please, testify for us.
Who is your owner?
Hello, squawk.
Oh my god, what a testimony.
Certainly the most concise testimony we've had so far. Very well. Begin your cross-examination.
Right. What are you gonna do, Nick? I don't know. What do we do, Maya? Well, wish us luck. Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her. Right. What do I say? All right, so what should we say? Have we forgotten something? What's your name? What's the safe number? Let's try asking a name first, I guess. Maybe I should get her to say her name? Polly! What's your name?
Polly, squawk.
Mr. Wright, I think we've established that this parrot is named Polly. Does this have anything to do with her owner's identity?
Of course. I guess.
Yes, it does. Ha, fascinating. You claim that the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity. Then show us this proof.
Nick, don't you think you're taking bluffing a little too far? Listen, we're not here to answer the question of who is the caretaker. We're here to prove that he is Yanni Yogi. All we have to do is tie the name Polly to Yogi. Your Honor, the proof that the parrot's name reveals the caretaker's identity is... Okay, we have a shit ton of evidence because this is the end of a case. We've been going a long time. So you guys all coming in, none of this probably means anything to you. And it's been over half a year since I've played, so I need to look through the evidence as well. So we've got the bullet. We need to find a way that links Polly, the name Polly, to Yanni Yogi. So here's the bullet from an old case. A photograph of the Dl6 murder. Don't think there's anything here. And I have played this game before, so like, I probably... It's gonna come back to me. Okay, here's the parrot right here. Do we have anything that can... Polly, right here, look. Alright, so this right here is the Dl6 case file. So this is a file from years ago. From when Edgeworth was a kid, when we were kids. Alright, the Dl6 case file. We open it up. Blah, blah, blah. Miles Edgeworth trapped in a elevator with Yanni Yogi. After his arrest, fiancée Polly Jenkins committed suicide. So Yanni Yogi's fiance's name was Polly. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point, Chris. But I think that's the evidence right there. Yeah, he named the bird after his fiancée. But yeah, Polly is like the most... Like, that is the most parrot name out there, right? Okay, so we're going to present it. Guys, are you ready? Are you ready? Because when we hit this button... So here's the thing about Ace Attorney. The big line is objection, right? And it does it when you present evidence. If it's wrong, the music you hear in the background will keep playing. So when you hear the music keep playing, you know you fucked up. But if the music stops, we got it right, okay? So, y'all ready? Can we get some hype in the chat before I give our first objection? All right. I hope this is right. Here we go. Oh, he said take that. Wow. Okay. We'll say objection later. So take that.
The deal's...
He said objection.
That's quite a large file you have there.
We will get to the objection. I thought it was there, but it was take that.
Which page is this proof on, then? Show us or stop wasting our time. Very well. Mr. Wright, please show us the page. Where in this file?
Yeah, I fucked up. I'm sorry, guys. Never have put faith in me ever again. So it'd be in the suspect data. Alright, suspect. It's on the suspect data page. This page has all the information about Yanni Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide, see?
Indeed. It does say that, yes.
What was his Oh, wrong voice. What was his fiancée's name?
Polly Jenkins.
Polly! Although, Chris, you're right. I mean, Polly is a pretty common parrot name. Exactly, Your Honor. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée who had committed suicide. That's why he named his parrot after her.
I see. I guess that is possible.
I guess.
Bah, a mere coincidence, that's all. My granddaughter has a dog she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Phoenix Wright, does this make you my granddaughter's fiancé?
She's only 7 years old.
Oh wait, that was Karma who said it.
She's only 7 years old. Indeed.
I mean, yeah, you're right. That's not enough, I don't think. Yeah. This game is a little goofy, okay? It's a little cheesy, but it's fun.
Alone, it is a little weak for evidence in a murder trial. We would need some other corroborating evidence, if I said that right.
Where am I gonna find that? Nick, we're getting closer. One more. If we can just get one more piece of evidence. Right. But what? No, we're not. Okay. Edgeworth, our friend and rival, really. He's normally the guy who's the prosecutor against us. Has been accused of murder. And we're trying to save Edgeworth. And we are saying it's Yanni Yogi.
Very well, witness. You may continue.
Witness, you're here to speak! You must speak to me!
Frankly, I can't believe that you're speaking to the parents.
Well, I guess we should try to get more information out of her. We need to show the judge that her owner is Mr. Yogi. Okay, we'll probably get to ask another question. What's up, Big Joe? Okay, we're getting back to this part. Okay, so we already asked, what's your name? Let's say, have we forgotten something? As I recall, 2 days ago... Polly, have we forgotten something?
Squawk! Don't forget Dl6! Squawk!
There it is. If I can get Polly to say that here, that will prove that the caretaker had something to do with Dl6. Polly? Have we forgotten something?
Hello! Squawk!
That's not what you're supposed to say. Forgot something. We forgot.
Hello! Squawk!
Uh-oh, it's not working, Nick. She won't say it. This is ridiculous. Why won't she say it?
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Something the matter, Mr. Wright?
Wait. Don't tell me Von Karma expected this. He couldn't have retrained the parrot, could he? Did he train her not to respond when we asked if we'd forgotten anything? Alright, there's only one more option to ask, so... This is so intense. I hope you guys are... Yeah, retrain the fair. I wish you guys had been... like, because the whole game kind of, like, builds up into this. Like, I know, like... you probably have, like, zero investment, and I don't blame you. But, like... if you had known some of these characters from the beginning, maybe you'd be like, oh my god. But... I do love these games. Alright, what's the safe number? Maybe I'll get her to say the number of that safe. Huh? The safe? Why? Let's just get her to say anything, okay? Polly, what was the number to the safe in the shack?
1228! 1228!
My, what a reckless parrot. Well, Mr. Wright, you aren't claiming that this number has something to do with the caretaker.
It obviously has to, so... Actually, and even if it didn't, that's what you have to do. Is you just bullshit until it all comes together. Actually, it does. That's why I had her say it.
Ha! Ridiculous. How can the number to a safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof.
So now I need to find the proof. Alright, so let's see if I can find something that has to do with 1228. 1225. Well, there's the date of the thing, 1228. I mean, that's... So Dl6 is obviously very important to this guy. He obviously didn't want to forget it if he did everything to do with it. But there it is, right here.
Take that! The Dl6 Case File? What is this obsession you have with that case? Mr. Wright, Where in this file is something relating to that number?
I believe it was the case summary, right? I'll make sure, but... Yeah, case summary, right there. Oh, oops, wrong thing. It's on the case summary page!
The case summary?
Specifically the date on which the Dl6 incident occurred. Hey, what's up, Molly? How are you? After a long time back playing Ace Attorney, I'm going to try and just finish this game tonight. This first one. I plan to do the others at some point, too, but I had this loose end of not wrapping the game up, so going to see if I can just get it done tonight.
The date of the incident? December 28th. Why, that's today's date! 15 years ago!
And the number on that safe is 1228.
Ah!
He used the date of the DL6 incident as the number for his safe, Your Honor. That's how important that date was to him.
I see. It certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates. Bah, this is not tangible evidence.
I didn't see what he said. I skipped it too fast.
I set my ATM card's number to 0000001 because I'm number 1.
Oh my god, that line is amazing. Okay, that is a fucking amazing line.
I set my ATM's card number to 0001 because I'm number 1. This has nothing to do with the date. Nothing. That's enough. I think we've reached a conclusion here. This is a mere coincidence, that's all. True, that is a possibility. However, 2 coincidences at the same time seems more like a pattern to me. What are you saying? Summon the caretaker of the boat shop. Immediately.
Alright, so talking to the parrot paid off.
Witness! Tell us your name. Wait! This witness, he doesn't remember. No, it's okay.
I've accomplished what I wanted to do. I'm done. Nick! He looks totally different! This is the real Yogi, I think. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 years!
Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court.
My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this very court.
Whoa! Order!
So we were right? We were fucking right.
Yanni Yogi! So was it you who killed Robert Hammond and tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death?
Yes. It was me. I did it. I figured I should change the voice now instead of being like, oh, hey, partner. Because he's now himself again. Rhythm Goblin, what's up? We're back at it, dude. It's been since June. So close to finishing this game, so I figured I would just fucking knock it out tonight. But yeah, Yogi, he has just revealed that he actually did the murder. He did the kill. And he is Yanni Yogi.
They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago.
Robert Hammond. He said I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really. But he didn't believe me. We won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiance, my social standing. Then this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who had sent it. I thought this was my chance. After 15 years, this was it. Finally, a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets.
Wait a moment!
So yeah, that's pretty crazy right there. I know you guys didn't really see the beginning of this trial. Basically, Edgeworth was like called out in a boat at like midnight on Christmas, actually. to having to do with this DL6 case. And there was a gun on there, basically, that he picked up. It was to make it look like he shot the gun, but then Yanni Yogi actually did the murder. So it was like, and then a picture they got photographic evidence just to perfectly like frame Edgeworth, and we just have seemingly got him off the hook. So we yeah.
Revenge? Against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean?
I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Cadaverous, thanks for the host. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond. So there it is.
Von Karma. Where is Mr. Yogi?
Under arrest, Your Honor.
I saw no room for error in his confession. Then the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, is innocent.
Thank you, Clef, for the host.
In this case, at least. Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand? There are a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are cleared of suspicion for this particular case. So I would like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections?
I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything?
Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty.
Yes! We did it. Yes, and there's confetti. That's how it actually is in courtrooms. They drop confetti. I'm sure of it.
That is all. The court is adjourned.
We did it, guys.
Did someone just say objection?
It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means... No. Edgeworth? Your Honor, I object to your judgment. What the fuck?
What do you mean?
I'm not innocent at all. As we have heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what? Nick! Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's gonna say he's guilty. He's going to tell them he was the murderer in the Dl6 incident. Yeah, so that Dl6 case that happened 15 years ago, Edgeworth believes he killed, that he was the murderer in that case. Even though he was a kid, like accidentally, but he wants to pay for his crimes. Even though it's 15 years later. So, we're like, dude, why the fuck you doing that? But he feels shame and guilt. He's going to tell them he killed his own dad. Because, yeah, they were stuck in an elevator. It was a whole situation. They'll probably explain it. So we got to raise an objection. Objection! The judgment has already been passed. I object to Edgeworth's outburst.
Objection. Didn't something like this happen yesterday, too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed.
That would be Larry.
We must hear this new statement. We must hear Miles Edgeworth. He's right. We have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out.
For 15 years, I have had a recurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare. That's what I told myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer.
You mean in the incident where your father died?
From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer, the criminal in the Dl6 incident, it was me! Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I'm guilty for Dl6, the statute of limitations of which ends today. The culprit is me!
Oh! Order! This is certainly unexpected. The defendant declared innocent is confessing to a different crime. A crime for which the statute of limitation runs out today. I'm not really sure how I should deal with this. Bah, it's obvious. We hold a trial, right here, right now. We tried this man for his crime of 15 years ago. I think I would like to take a 5-minute recess. During this time, I will consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned.
Oh shit, so we got him off the hook of one thing, and now he's put himself back in another one. But we don't believe it. We don't believe him. I'm sorry, Wright. I've just wasted all your effort.
Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it, sir. I mean, you killed your dad.
I didn't want to believe myself, Detective. But it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances.
This is crazy. Just crazy.
Nick, what are you doing? Huh? Oh, I was just reading through the court record once more. I'm getting my case ready. Your case for what? Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm gonna prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent.
What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it in court.
I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare.
What?
It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me. Right. All right. So this is it. The final stretch. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back to try and finish out this case, this game. See if we can prove Edgeworth innocent of a murder from 15 years ago that he's admitting to himself. So we have to, this is going to be quite the uphill battle, but we're going to try our best. So we will be, I'm going to go ahead and save real quick because it didn't do an autosave. Hope you're all having a good time and having a good night, and we will be back very soon. Alright, I'm back. I'm ready to get this show on the road. Back on the road or whatever. Alright. Got some more water as well. Switching between a lot of voices here, so. But it's fun. I hope you guys are enjoying them. Alright.
Now then, I would like to resume our trial. Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime.
Uh-oh, I don't know why the quote isn't working for you, Thea. Strange. Wonder if it's working for me. Huh, that bot must be broken, so I'll just have to give you a random quote. Let's see. I got nothing. I can't think of any of the 300 quotes I have or whatever. How about, help me, help me? That wasn't even me, that's Haster, but... Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, there's always something fucking going wrong, right? Alright,
let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examining. The statute of limitations on the Dl6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this one by the book. I see. Does the defense have any objections?
I'm glad you guys are having a good time.
I see. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. No, Your Honor. Von Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you? Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand?
So now we have to prove the innocence of a person who's admitting their guilt on the stand. I mean...
Will the witness...
wrong voice.
Will the witness state his name and profession?
Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecuting attorney.
Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago, you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct?
It is correct.
Then testify about this matter to the court.
When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That'll be the key, but only if I can get it to work. Please, please! Alright, here we go. That day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot. Then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all.
And until now, you thought this memory was a dream?
We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I lost my memory of the events.
Ah, the same claim Mr. Yogi has made. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Yes, Your Honor. All right, here we go. This might be the last cross-examination. Probably not. I wouldn't be surprised if there's more after this, but... Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Murder's murder.
Whatever. What was the trial your father was is involved in on that day?
I don't remember things very clearly.
Only 2 things. Yeah, this game isn't exactly, like, accurate to reality. It's, like, loosely based off of it, you know? But if you start picking apart all the things... you don't have a game anymore, so... I know my father lost, and Mr. Von Karma was the prosecuting attorney.
Mr. Von Karma!
Yeah, exactly. It's like pro wrestling courtroom, exactly. You kind of just take stuff and make it absurd and goofy, but still, like, enough that you care and are invested.
Mr. Von Karma, you were handling that case? It was 15 years ago. I don't remember the details.
That was when Edgeworth pointed out the problem in Von Karma's evidence. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. So there were 3 people, including yourself, trapped in the elevator? Yes, myself, my father, and Yanni Yogi. We were fine at first, but then as time passed, no one came to help. What did you do then? I was a 9-year-old boy at the time. What could I do? I was scared, trembling in the corner. But then... What was it? A pistol. I assume it was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi's. The safety must have come off when it fell from his holster.
And you picked it up. What happened next?
Did you know it was a pistol when you threw it? I think I knew. I knew it was dangerous. But the air was getting so thick, I panicked.
So you're saying that you threw the pistol at Mr. Yogi?
I was in a daze. The gun fired once? Yes, I think. After I threw it, I lost consciousness. Since then, they've echoed in my head every day. That gunshot and that horrible scream. The scream. To this day? Yes, I can practically hear it now. I doubt I'll ever forget that scream as long as I live. There it is. One part of that testimony clearly contradicts the evidence. But I don't know what it means. I'd better find out and quick. Alright, so we've pressed them on everything, and we didn't really get anything else. That means we're going to have to find which statement here we can present what evidence to. Alright? So I'm going to go ahead and save, and then we're going to have to really look through this. That day I'd gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. Seems legit. There was an earthquake. I think that, that's all legit. They were trapped in an elevator. Father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Okay, let's look through it all. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. Picked it up, threw it at Mr. Yogi, wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. Let's look through here. Maybe there's something more with it. Maybe there was more. Okay, so this is we need to look at stuff for the Dl6. Alright? Dl6 case. Let's look at it. Air in elevator, blah, 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 no clues. Trapped in elevator. 1 bullet found in heart. The murder weapon was fired twice. That could be it. Right? 1 gunshot. And it was fired twice. So I'm thinking that's probably it right there. A moment later, there was a single gunshot. Objection, there were 2 gunshots. Alright, so guys, if we're right, this is where we'll get the big objection moment. And the musical stop. Alright, so here we go. The moment we've all been waiting for. We've said it before, but not while presenting. So here we go! Objection! Are you sure you only heard 1 gunshot? Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came.
I see.
No, Your Honor. Unfortunately, you don't. Look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony.
You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? I don't accept this evidence unless you can tell us what page it's on. Which page contradicts Miles Edgeworth's testimony?
It was victim data, I believe it was. Let me make sure. Yes, victim data. Look at the victim data in this file. It says it quite plainly. The murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard 1 gunshot. Yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So who fired the remaining shot?
Was there perhaps another shooter who fired that second shot? Your Honor, as I'm sure you were aware, this incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when that second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There's no proof that second shot had anything to do with this incident.
What?
I see. You do have a point. Mr. Wright, the murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot fired had something to do with the case?
Well, I gotta say yes. Your Honor, I think I will be able to show you proof.
What? Impossible! Now, Mr. Von Karma. Save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show us your proof.
Let's save real quick. I mean, I'm gonna have to look here. The thing is, I know when something comes into play, but I don't know if it's yet. Okay, so let's see.
Do you have evidence that the second firing of the pistol is related to this incident?
So let's look through here. Let's look. Well, there's a bullet hole in the glass there, right? Why is there just a woman's head? It's a profile, or it's a picture of it's a photo, apparently. So it could be this photo, it could be this, right? Because one of the shots inside the body, another, and then this is the bullet from his heart. The bullet was found in his heart. Yeah, so this is the bullet that was in his heart. So I think it's this photo, right? Because one was in and one went out the glass. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and present this. Okay?
Look at this photograph!
I swear they say that so much. Yeah, the quotes are broken for some reason.
This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago. I can see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth.
This proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it.
So let me get this straight. This photo
Come on, you guys! One of you is a prosecutor. One of you is a fucking judge. And you can't look at this picture and see the obvious reason why a gun was fired twice. How stupid are you? Fuck!
So let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired.
A child could... The fucking parrot. You could show that picture to the parrot and they'd be able to fucking say it. Anyways... Your Honor, please get a clue, seriously.
Shit.
Alright, so we have to show where. It's right here, right here. As should be obvious, the contradiction is here.
I see. A bullet hole in the door.
Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol. Yet, there is also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired that second shot.
Order! Mr. Edgeworth, what are you driving at? Or Mr. Wright,
I don't know why I said Edgeworth.
What are you driving at?
Sam, what'd you miss? I don't remember when you left. You missed a lot, I think. Edgeworth confessed to the crime from 15 years ago. I don't remember if you missed that. We proved him innocent. We proved him innocent for what he was accused of. Yeah, Yanni Yogi did it. So we proved him there, but then Edgeworth was like, okay, I'm innocent from that, but I did actually accidentally kill my dad in an elevator 15 years ago, and I want to be punished for it, basically. He wants the guilt absolved. And we're like, no, you didn't do it. We have to prove that he's wrong himself. It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other hit the elevator door. I will say this, guys. So I don't do this with all my streams, but this whole series will be on YouTube, so you can watch the VODs if you want to see the old ones. There's like 9 other episodes. Obviously, they're very long. They're full streams, probably at least 2 hours. But I'll put this one up there. If you want to watch, if anybody wants to watch the series or wants to catch up on something they missed, it'll be up there. I do that with full long series I do. Like I have Resident Evil 7 playthrough up there. I have Banjo Kazooie up there. So those are 2. Those are up there if anybody wants to watch them. There's also a shit ton of other videos, but yeah, that's true. But so those are there. And I need to remember to export this one to YouTube because that would suck if I forgot to. So, all right. So yeah, there is no rewind button, but you on here, no, you can watch it on YouTube. All right. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else.
But Mr. Wright, but who could that someone else be?
The murderer, of course.
I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the Dl6 incident case file. Closely. Look closely. Try the case summary page.
The case summary. That's on page 1.
Look what is written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene. He does have a point.
The more I do these voices, the harder it is to do the judge voice.
That second bullet has never been found.
I need to do a good fucking snap. I'm not...
Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter. The whole truth. It was undoubtedly something else that made that bullet hole in the door. Order! I will have order! Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly. That the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident.
Yeah, exactly, Cleft. It's like, it wasn't a bullet, but it is a bullet hole.
However, as Mr. Von Karma says, the second bullet fired was not found. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked this second bullet. So, all we have is the single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim. Tisk, tisk, tisk. I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter.
Gah! How did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident? What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection? I'm sorry, Maya. What? It looks like I was wrong. Nick! If the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing. No! But you said you'd do it, Nick! You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent. I'm sorry. It's just, when I saw the photograph, I thought that 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it. I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person, someone else who fired the killing shot. But now, I was wrong to think it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years. Nick.
Well, it seems that we have finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth. Precisely. I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any objections?
No. No, I do not.
So you killed your father, though that was not your intention.
Yes, I did. Oh no! He's accepted the guilt!
Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today, right here. Right now! Indeed. Does anyone have any objections?
I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There's so many things I know I should be saying, but my mind's gone blank. I can't find the words.
Mr. Wright?
So do we object? To object or not to object? That's the question. Yeah, stall until midnight. It's like, oh,
It looks like we've ran out of time. I guess you're free to go.
you guys want an objection? All right, let's do it. Objection! That iconic sound, too.
Your Honor, I object! Tisk, tisk, tisk. Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object,
Oof. Nick! I don't know. His case is perfect. Oh, no.
Grah!
It must exist. The second bullet. Huh? Oh, yeah, so I should probably explain now what the fuck is about to happen. So, this isn't... to add to the absurdity and ridiculous goofiness of this game. So, the girl you've been seeing is Maya. She's your assistant, okay? And her older sister was your mentor, basically, who you trained with, okay? And she died in the second case. Spoilers. She was killed. But Maya and her come from a family of spirit mediums. Okay, this is where it gets crazy. So she can do this thing where she, like, Maya, her sister Mia, she can, like, turn into her. So... oh, okay, it didn't happen, but it flashed to it. What? What did you just say? Nothing. So it looks like she didn't transform there, but it, like, teased it. The second bullet must exist. But where? There she is. Someone took it.
It seems waiting is not going to produce us answers, Mr. Wright.
Not happy about this. Molly, you see, I don't think you're a Phoenix Wright fan, are you? Because it sounds like you're having a terrible time. Yeah, I mean, anything goes in court, apparently.
Wait, Your Honor.
The second bullet! It existed!
What? But we just heard proof that it did not exist.
I realize that, Your Honor. I'm really grasping here. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened.
But who? The murderer! The murderer? Then just tell us, who is this murderer?
I'm still thinking about that one.
So the criminal took the second bullet, but why?
Huh?
First of all, how would they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for the bullet?
The murderer had to find it. Or no, wait. Let me save real fast. This is getting crazy, guys. I think we're really getting to the bottom of this. I hope y'all are still having a good time. Most of you, anyway, so I think. The murderer had to find it. Of course! There was a need, that's why they took it!
Bah, what possible reason could they have had?
The pizza? Well, the reason the murderer took the bullet away from the scene with them is the bullet would be proof. Or maybe they thought the bullet would be used as proof.
Proof?
It was a special bullet, so they took it with them. Oh yeah, these games are amazing. They're so fun, and I've wanted to stream them forever, so it feels good to finally be doing it and to get to do the voices and have guests and stuff. And I definitely will go on if you guys want. I mean, now seems like there's some more people who might be interested in picking back up this this series, if you guys are interested, I could do the second game. There's 3 in a trilogy, then there's a 4. There's like probably almost 10 games, but I'd at least like to do the trilogy, the Phoenix Wright games. If that's something that interests you guys, it would obviously be a long series, but
If that was the case,
oh, I got the hiccups, guys. I'm sorry. But let me add, so I normally do these with guests, so another person would be on Discord with me and read voices with me. Okay, I've had numerous guests in the past. We had Cadaverous, we've had Rhythm Goblin, we've had Matt, we've had J-Rid, we've had Courtney, we've had Alicia, we've had Novi Bliss. We've had a lot of different people, and it's been awesome. But there's a whole lot of new people, too, who might be interested in coming on as a guest to read some characters with me. So eventually, before I start up the second game, I'll probably make a... yes, Judge Yoda, yeah. I'll probably make, like, a post that people could react to like, be like, do you have interest, you know. But for now, we'll finish it. But just something to keep in mind, if that's something you would maybe want to be a guest on my stream for one of these.
if that was the case, then they should have taken the bullet from inside Gregory as well.
Huh?
Why would they only take one of the shots, 2 shots fired?
Oh, right.
Mr. Wright, have you really thought this through? I'm gonna have to penalize you. Arg,
This isn't going so well.
was there some pressing need?
Okay, so I guess the murderer didn't need it. Why would the murderer have spent the time to look for the stray bullet? I haven't got a clue.
What's wrong, Mr. Wright? Bah, the murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true.
Had to take it. That was kind of weird. Had to take it. The murderer, what does that mean? You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken.
Mr. Wright.
Yeah, it's a good thing we have help, like, because we never solve these by ourselves. We always basically have Mia be, like, force powers. But if it works, it works. Yes, Your Honor. I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene. But, the murderer had to take that bullet.
Had to? Mr. Wright, what do you mean?
Well, for instance... For instance, what? Maybe the bullet, hit the murderer.
The bullet hit the murderer?
Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know? Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's really what happened?
Let me get this straight. So, at the time of the murderer themselves was shot. And they left with the second bullet still inside of them, thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime.
Yes, I guess that's how it would work, yes.
But there's a problem with that. The other 2 people rescued from that elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean...
the murderer came from outside, yes! Holy shit! The 2 men fight inside... I don't know who's talking right here, so... The 2 men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges, and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside. Oh, maybe that was supposed to be Phoenix saying it. Maybe. Well, that's the voice you got. Oh, I'm glad you guys liked the voice.
Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I can't deny the possibility of what you say. What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murderer.
No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right. I can't think of anyone. Hey, Nick? Huh? I just thought of something really crazy. Crazy? Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday?
Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record.
Wow.
It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting.
Mustache Jones, yeah. Alright, guys. Shit's getting really juicy right now, so strap in. What if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock, but took it because he was injured? Which would mean... it could only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the Dl6 incident. He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. It was Von Karma. Oh, man.
Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem dazed.
No, Your Honor.
Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect?
Uh-oh. Should I come out and say it now? Should we? I mean, should we say it now? So we are about to accuse Manfred von Karma, the prosecutor, across from us, the undefeated, well, now defeated, or he hasn't lost in 40 years or some shit like that. We're just about to accuse this guy of doing it. So should we say it or save it for a better time? I think we should go ahead and say it now. Alright? Nah, no, it's not worth the pull. We're gonna say it now. Your Honor! There is a suspect. One lone suspect.
Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect?
My hands are shaking.
What?
Von Karma! Von Karma! Brad? Janet? Dr. Scott! Rocky!
You mean the Von Karma? The prosecutor?
Okay, the more I talk, the harder it is to do this judge voice. Holy shit. Dr. Scott!
You mean the Von Karma? The prosecutor? The one standing right over there?
Bah!
You don't object?
Humph. I don't hurt myself. Yeah, I like pull a like I like destroy my whole voice and can never sing again from doing this fucking game. Urk is a Dutch city, so that really fucking confused me. Urk! Yeah, the music in this game is really fucking good, too. Like, really good. Especially this one, the first game. I mean, they've all got good music, but the first one's got some iconic shit. To me, anyways.
I see no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection?
Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason?
So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident? Fascinating. Prove it! I would have needed surgery, no? Where did I go under the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify.
Urk. Urk like that Dutch city. Urk. Nick! Let's find out who his doctor is. It's no use. Edgeworth? I know Von Karma, perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. He probably didn't undergo surgery. That would leave a doctor as a witness. Grr, nobody's that perfect. So what, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself? That's insane. No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. Wait. What does that mean? The bullet has to be somewhere, but where? Tisk, tisk, tisk. Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to prove that I was shot? Let's save. Whew, this is getting juicy, guys. We're gonna show evidence. All right, Von Karma. I'll prove it. And I'll even use evidence. I know you like it so much. What? The evidence that proves Von Karma was shot is, and I've been waiting to use this all stream. The fucking metal detector. We had this from earlier, way earlier in the stream, or in the case. We had this to do other shit, like on the beach, to find shit in the water, and we still have it. Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery, leaving an evidence trail. So then I ask, where is that bullet now? I think it unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself.
You don't mean...
I do. There is the possibility that the bullet's still inside Von Karma.
Is that even possible for all these years?
Well, there's one way to find out. Strip down, yeah. We could use this metal detector. Well, Von Karma, I'm gonna run this over you and see what we find. He's sweating! He's sweating!
I refuse! You refuse? But refusing this means... You acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you. Order, order, order!
That was one of the like people in the jury. They're just like, my hole. God, I had my bullet hole. Yeah. I had jury duty once. It was just like this, guys. Yeah. Von Karma screams, my hole. Your Honor, the defense requests that we be allowed to use the metal detector.
Judge, I call for a suspension of this trial. This is an invasion of privacy.
The statute of limitations runs out on this case today. It was you who said we had to end it right here, right now.
Enough! Enough! Oh, enough. I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to testing.
Nick, what does this mean? I don't know, but we have to give it a shot. Alright. We're doing the thing. Beep. It reacted! Something's inside his right shoulder! The bullet! Mr. Von Karma?
You! It was you! I was afraid this would happen. And so I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident. I get shot all the time!
What?
I was shot in the shoulder long before the Dl6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to Dl6. But, Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that?
Prove?
I have no obligation to prove anything. It is Mr. Wright who must prove something here, not I. Mr. Wright? Well, can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder was from Dl6? Of course he can't.
Apple Bottom Jeans Flowrider, what's up?
You don't have any of the Dl6 evidence. That's because you took it out of the records room yesterday.
There you go, Sam.
With no proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright.
No, I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma.
What?
You were close, 1 day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof!
What?
Who would have thought you would dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the Dl6 incident.
And here's my final proof!
We've got the other bullet right here. The one that was in the heart. And we can look at the ballistic markings.
That's a bullet! Where did you get that?
This is the bullet used in the Dl6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely with all the ballistic markings intact. Ballistic markings. You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago.
Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with that weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell which weapon fired the bullet. It's quite accurate.
We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. We could analyze both bullets. Then, if the markings matched, we would know that both bullets had been fired from the same gun. The very same pistol, in other words. Or, the very same pistol. In other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder. Then we'll compare the ballistic markings to those on this bullet. And solve this case once and for all! Well, Mr. Von Karma? Okay, we'll just let him do it. That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait, I know! Help! I can't breathe! Quiet! I said quiet! You're not making this any easier! Stop breathing my air! I'll stop you! Stop breathing my air! Get away! Get away from my father! Bang! Ooarg! That same scream. Apparently that's how he screams, is ooarg. It's that scream I heard in the elevator. 15 years ago. Von Karma! It was you who screamed! Mr. Von Karma!
Whoa, Edgeworth, only you would dare defy me!
So it was you.
You and your father are my curse! Your father shamed me with a penalty on my record! And you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade! I'll bury you!
15 years earlier.
Chief Prosecutor, I am sorry. Von Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. I never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you.
Guys, you have to remember, this is basically an anime, but it's a courtroom anime, so it's, of course, it's goofy as fuck. Like, it is anime as fuck. It's ridiculous. But that's why I love it. Yeah, it's like pro wrestling, basically.
I was careless. I'm sorry, but you will have to be penalized. I've covered you in the past, but not this time.
Yeah, I highly recommend these games to play. If you want to play them on your own, they're on Steam, Switch, all the consoles. Or originally they were on DS. Or you can stick with me, and we can do it together on my stream. But obviously, that means you'd have to go at my pace. But, it was a shock like none I had ever known. Me? Penalized? It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly, I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. Yeah, I highly recommend them. But I do intend to slowly but surely play through at least the trilogy. 1, 2, and the second one's called Justice for All. The third one's called Trials and Tribulations. And there's multiple games after that, but that's the Phoenix Wright trilogy. And it's that all really go together, and they're all epic. I want to play through them all. That's a goal. So, all right, Cleft, have a good stream. Have a good night. Cleft's gonna be playing some Banjo Kazooie, so make sure to go check him out. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good night. So you guys do enjoy watching this and me playing it and everything? It's actually pretty awesome. I think a lot of the people here now weren't here for the other ones, so it's like a whole new, you know, we had maybe some people. Molly was there for them, I think. Chris, Dredsley, Rhythm Goblin was here. But the rest of you guys, it's awesome having you here. I'm sorry that I'm coming at the end of the game, but there's a second one. There's a third one. So, alright.
The room was pitch black. The lights must have gone out. I went out to the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button, but nothing happened. Then, there was a noise.
So that's just really unfortunate. Von Karma is like an ass, but he just happened to walk out there and got fucking shot. I mean, this is one of the best cases in the entire series. One of the best cases. It's insane. It's amazing. Some of you guys didn't get to see it from the beginning, but it's a really, really great case. Probably one of the best. The very last one of the third game is just, my God, it's so epic. So if we ever make it there, and the last one of the second one is amazing too. So
just then the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. I saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then it was my destiny.
Pop, pop, pop.
In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died never knowing who had shot him. Later, he spoke through a medium, blaming Mr. Yogi.
Yeah, so a little bit there, a little more backstory. So Maya, our friend and assistant girl, and her sister, Mia, who died, who was kind of like glitching through and helping us, their mom, I believe it was, their mom or grandma, I think their mom was, or maybe it was aunt. I'm pretty sure it was mom. Their mom was the spirit. So they could not get to the bottom of this case, the Dl6 case. So they brought in a spirit medium, once again, ridiculous. But, and she, and they took her at her word. They believed it was real. But then she blamed it was Mr. Yogi, Yanni Yogi, because he was the only other one there. So I don't know how it all works, but that was who she saw. And then it was proven to be false, right? So she was proven to be false. So it kind of ruined the reputation of all the spirit mediums and Maya's family and her line and stuff. So it all involves like all the characters, you know?
He was fooled. It was the perfect crime. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge! What? What are you doing? Do your job! Bring it into this miserable charade. This charade! Now, end it!
Have to hop out and have to hop off here and crank out these hogs. I don't know what that means. But have a great night, Sam. Thanks for being here. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great night, man. Take care.
Now end it! Very well. Very well. It appears that we have come a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later, Mr. Miles Edgeworth.
Yes, Your Honor.
You were innocent. You were innocent. You are innocent. As you said, it was all a nightmare.
Yes, Your Honor.
This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty.
In 2 cases in 1 day. More confetti. Good thing we didn't use it all. The good thing we did not use it all on the first case.
That is all. This court is adjourned.
Huzzah. Nick! We did it! Did you see his face? Von Karma looked even paler than usual. He's pretending to be all cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick. Crushed! I gotta say, I'm impressed. It was pretty close, though. I was sure we'd had it. I know, I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. But now it's all just a good memory. So it's finally over, Edgeworth. Right. Yeah? I'm not sure how to say this. I know. Try thank you. I see. Thank you, Wright. You're welcome. I think you could have done better than that. Sorry, I'm not good at this sort of thing. He's kind of an edgelord, Edgeworth. You got a lot to learn, Edgeworth. She's got you there.
Whoop! Amazing, pal. You pulled through just like I thought you would. I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal.
Yeah, he's like Shadow the Hedgehog, exactly.
And tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me. Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month. But who cares?
See, Mr. Edgeworth, you should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you.
I see.
Whoop! Okay, that was kind of funny. I feel foolish. Don't worry, take it a little at a time. You'll get used to it. It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded. Oh, Lotta Hart. Hey, y'all! Lotta! Y'all were great in there. Thank you. Yo, Edgeworth, congrats.
Thank y'all very much.
I knew you were innocent from the start. Of course. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your hand in the cookie jar even if no one was there.
You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you?
Yeah, well, let bygones be bygones, eh? Thea, she's my people. Yeah, how's my accent? How's my voice, Thea? Speaking of which, what are you doing now, Lotta? Who, me? I went back to college. I gave up trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quick. Really? That's too bad. Huh? Isn't that the hot dog guy from the park? Huh? It's over, Nick. My life is over. Why the sad face, Larry? There's a bunch of characters all coming in at once that a lot of you probably haven't seen, but they were throughout this case. Larry, this is like, he's been here from the beginning of the game. He's like one of our childhood friends, too. Oh, Nick, I'm not long for this world. You don't look sick. It's Kiance, if I'm saying that right. She's going to live in Paris, Nick. Paris. She's leaving me behind. Should have seen that coming. Yo, Edgy, there you are. Yes, here I am. So these three, Phoenix, Larry, and Edgeworth, were like friends all together in like elementary school. So they're all like longtime childhood friends. Congrats, Edgy. Here's a little gift for me in celebration. Celebration? That's unusual for you.
Harry Butch, you come along tonight too. My treat, pal.
Huh? Thanks. Looking forward to it. Yo, Nick. That's the suit that questioned me. When he says treat, that's not police talk for prison food, right? Right? I think you'll be fine, Larry. Right. Yeah? What's up? That envelope that Larry gave me, it's got money in it. Well, yeah, it's not that strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes. It's $38, right? Huh. What a weird amount. I mean, it's a little, but it's not a lot either. $38 exactly? Nick! Wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school? Yeah, so this is something that also probably doesn't make sense. So, when they were kids, Phoenix Wright was accused of stealing Edgeworth's lunch money or some shit. Okay, so everybody was blaming him, and he was going to get in trouble. And Edgeworth, whose dad was a defense attorney Edgeworth was like, no, we got to have it. He's there, without proof, you know, we can't say that he did it. So that's what inspired Phoenix to want to be a defense attorney because of that moment. And it turns out that Larry was the one who fucking stole the lunch money. Good night, Sam. $38. No, Larry, it was you! What are you so surprised about, Wright? Huh? Larry was absent that day from school, right? But that doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect. What? Think back to that day, 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came into school anyway. Then he saw the money lying there, and the rest is history. I never was good at history. Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you? I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. The whole class was against you, remember? Yeah, too well. Right, you may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's usually the butts. Oh, I know. Really, Wright, I'm surprised you didn't figure it out. Well, this sure is an unexpected turn of events, eh? Edgeworth. You should have told me. Now, Nick, it was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth? I'd say so, yes. Oh, wait, let me do what he's doing. He's doing like a sleeve thing. There you have it! Grr. Where does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you two did. Well, you always have been something of an insufferable emotionalist. Yeah, and you get worked up too easily, too. Death! The death sentence for both of you! Man, if only I had known I'd become a prosecutor! The same goes for me, only the other way around. For the longest time, I thought that I might have killed my own father. I thought I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor in part to punish myself. If I had known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all. Edgeworth. Want to switch, right? Hey, y'all! Line up, I'll take a photo! Hey, photo time, let's go!
And after that, dinner on me!
Snap. Detective Gumshoe took us out on the town that night. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, even though Edgeworth himself was still in detention. All right. At 5 a.m. What's going on at 5 a.m.? Did we have ourselves a crazy night, or are we just getting up? We just getting in, or? Whoa, I went a little overboard yesterday. I had a little too many, you know. My head hurts. Yeah. Huh? It's still only 5. Maybe I should go back to sleep. Huh? What's this? A letter? Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you, it made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium, in training, of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth, too. I wanted to help you. But I couldn't. I was useless. So I've decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium, for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick. Goodbye? What time is it? God, the first train for the mountains is... I've already left. To the station. We gotta go see Maya off. I guess I'm too late. Hey! Nick! Maya. So You're leaving? Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay? Hold it! Wait! What? I never could have saved Edgeworth without your help. Huh? On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice. You heard my sister? Yes, only her voice, but still. It was at the very end when I thought we'd lost everything. Well, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped, and Mr. Grossberg, and even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick. But you were the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya. Huh? I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in a daze. Sorry, but I have evidence that you helped. Evidence? Oh shit. Let me save if we have evidence here. I think I need to present something here. I'm pretty sure I know what it is. I'm pretty sure it's she gave us the bullet, I'm pretty sure. Show Maya some evidence to cheer her up. I'm pretty sure that she gave us this. Let's try it. A bullet? Von Karma was convinced he had taken all of the evidence pertaining to Dl6. But you were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we needed. This was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma. And you were the one who gave it to me. Nick. Thanks, Maya. I couldn't have done it without you. I'll be back soon. Huh? I'm going to complete my training and come back. Okay. I'll be waiting. Of course you will. You can't run that office by yourself. You're hopeless. I don't know about that. So, this is it. See you soon, Maya. Anime as fuck. Like, this game is so anime. There actually is an anime of this show, and it's really good, actually. Obviously, if you do watch it, spoilers, it spoils everything that we're playing in these games, but it is good. And so my story ends. Time to turn a new page and say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now, a new story begins with the same old crazy cast of characters.
Ha! Don't think you've graduated yet, amateur.
Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim?
Yes, Your Honor. I got a bad feeling about this. Objection! Yeah, seriously, Chris. Alright! We did it! We did it! Oh, I think it's gonna go, it's like a character cast. I get to do all the voices.
Hey, pal, Mr. Edgeworth came down to the blah 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 talk about a pleasant surprise. Whoop! Detective Gumshoe. Then he hung his head low and went right back outside. Kinda like he was embarrassed or something. Strange, huh?
I love the music for this game, too. The whole series. Huh? Nick? Nah, I haven't seen him lately. Who, me? I've been working at a cheese shop. That Missy's a nice lady, but she's not exactly what you call a cheap date. Huh? Oh, she's in Hawaii right now, yeah.
Who? Right? Yeah, I remember him. I hear he's been busy lately. You know, not to ring my own bell, but I sort of taught him everything he knows. I'm sure he's grateful.
Phoenix Wright, Ah, the defense attorney from whom I wrote that. You should know. I've taken over management of the Gatewater Hotel. Should you be in the area, please stop by.
Oh, it's you. Phoenix Wright. Ah, yes. Mia's understudy. I know how he's doing. Haven't seen him of late. I wonder how he's doing. Ah, the days of my youth. Like the scent of fresh lemon, you see.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll... Old back? Yeah, I'm sure it'll show her. Seems like it's going through most. Here she is.
Phoenix Wright! Is he an actor? Well, I'm not buying it. You can't be a star with a name like Phoenix. On DVD and one of them boxes, not on DVDs, everything.
Now it's a Primus song. Cat just ran into the room when he did that voice and started looking around confused. That's amazing.
I'm pleased to announce the Pink Princess is a hit. I sure owe that Mr. Wright a great deal, Sniff. Oh, and I'm keeping my face out of this public eye forever. I wouldn't want to ruin any kid's dreams, you know?
Oh, I got a letter from Maya the other day. It sounds like she caught a cold standing under a waterfall. I wanted to visit, but didn't have time, so I sent her some Pink Princess trading cards. She says she can't buy them where she is, but what kind of place is she living at anyway?
Right? Who's that? You want to talk? Let's talk Pink Princess, alright? But, you know, I snuck into the studio the other day, and I saw her. The one inside the Pink Princess suit. Ugh, what a dog. It was kind of a shock for a boy of my tender age. Yeah, I remember, right? That lawyer guy? Huh, me? I've been trained to become a paranormal photographer. You know that picture I took of everyone? Well, just behind them, there's a ghost. For real. Now that's talent. I'm gonna be famous.
Her eyes were as orange as her hair, like red, you know, they look exactly the same color. Hey, there's the picture. And there's Mia, the ghost of Mia. Hey, there's some more confetti. They've got it in a fucking bowl. Just ready to throw.
Capcom.
Hold it! Oh, I got an achievement. Turnabout goodbyes. Alright, guys. We did it. So here's the thing. There is another case of this game. But I did talk about it earlier. I'm not going to do it right now. It is the longest case in the entire series. It is probably the hardest. Okay? And it's like it takes place kind of in between 1 and 2, I believe. And it's not necessary for the story. Like, it's good, and maybe I'll do it after beating it or something. But, like, and it's a great case. Don't get me wrong, it's a great case. But it's like extra hard. Like, I would be spending a long time on it just for one case. I'd rather just move on to the next game. But guys, there it is. We beat Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Oh wait, it's starting the case. Oh no, well now we're gonna get invested. No, stop it. Oh no, you're gonna get invested. Don't look. Oh no, you saw nothing. Well, alright, you saw nothing. Alt F4. Okay, there was a murder. Who'd believe it? Alright, guys. So, that was it. Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. The first game has been completed on stream. I need to remember to, right after this, export this to YouTube, because if I don't do it in 2 weeks, it'll go away forever, and that kind of sucks, because I want to have the full thing up there. I'm planning to stream again tomorrow night. I'm not exactly for sure what exactly. Maybe a multiplayer game, maybe a single-player game like I did tonight, or maybe if I feel like doing music, maybe music. But I would guess probably a multiplayer game, maybe something just like Vanguard or Splitgate or Among Us or something like that. Vanguard's just always an easy thing where it's just like, just fucking like chill, shoot some shit with some friends. But maybe one of those. I'm not for sure though. I'll do something most likely though. So guys, thank you so much for hanging out. I know a lot of you had not got to see any of the Ace Attorney streams in a while, but I'd say it's probably one of my most interesting streams I do, because it's not a lot of people play those games are a lot in our community, or that I watch. So to do kind of like a getting to do a bit of voice acting, a bit of, puzzle solving, detective work, which I love all that shit, and we get to do it and have guests on. So it's just a cool stream that I want to bring back. It's just, for whatever reason, I don't want to say I got burnt out on it. I didn't finish it, and I'm glad I did. So I'm not saying I'll start up the second one right away. I might, but now it's in a position where I feel like, since we wrapped up a few games, I'd like to get into Resi Village. I'd like to get into this next Ace Attorney game. I'd like to do Banjo Tooie, Project Warlock, stuff like that. So it feels good to have that wrapped up, though. So thanks for joining along. We're going to raid on over to Cleft. Cleft was just in here for most of the stream, actually. He's playing some Banjo Kazooie, which is actually a stream or a game. It's one of my all-time favorite games for the Nintendo 64. You can watch me play it on YouTube if you want. I did a Twitch stream a Twitch series of it last year, just summer and fall. I think it was just the summer, actually, but I beat Banjo Kazooie. It was a lot of fun. There were some good clips, good moments from it, and like I said, one of my favorite games. And now Cleft is going through it as well, so be sure to show the love over there. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for whatever we stream tomorrow. Thank you guys for all coming and hanging out. Hope you have a great Friday tomorrow and a great weekend if I don't see you before then. I'm going to get this raid ready for Cleft. It was a lot of fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed as well. So, and I hope my voices were all right. So, all right. We got 9 viewers ready for the raid. Let's go raid on over to Cleft. Have a great night, everybody, and we'll see you later.